One time when my oldest was very young, she walked in on me, you know, getting my nut.
Because I need to, this pussy is not gonna eat itself, okay?
I once if I did keep the evil away.
Exclusive. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I need it.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Who is you? For make me believe otherwise. You couldn't stop what God create. A greatness running in my blood. Hello?
Oh, shit. Yes, dude. These glasses. Am I going to put on today? Is the question. What is the question? Wait. Put my thing. I know, right? Sorry, people. Yes. Sorry, people. Should have did this before I did the setup. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What we doing? What we doing? Well, the sex man one in the building. Kai Storm in the building. Get my chair. And, sit my ass down. Oh no. I'm supposed to plug up the mic and everything. Hold up. Hold up. Uh-huh. Let me get the mic in. All right. All right. Uh-huh. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And what's going on? Yes. Green light on, that means we in business. I'll put this right here. That's where I could check on the light. Yes. All right. And get out the way of the sign. You know what I'm saying? Because, well, let me adjust the phone. All right. Yes, we waiting for Ruby Doll and our guest. If the guests show up, if not, you already know how we do. You know what I'm saying? But hey, hey, okay, hey, my phone is. I mean, ooh, the the setup is doing its own thing. It's doing its own thing. Yes, we ready. We ready. How y'all people doing? This probably will be episode 21 of Motherhood Sex Marijuana. So yeah, we just, you know what I'm saying? We getting it in. Now, I don't want to have to remind Ruby. I told Ruby earlier. So, you know what I'm saying? But then again, we know how Ruby do. Ruby take a minute, her time to roll in the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm the bouncer that lets people in. You know what I mean? I'm the bouncer that opens the door. You know what I'm saying? Sets up the bar, you know what I'm saying? Make sure the bartenders are in the building. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the bouncers are on at their posts. And then Ruby strolls in while the club is popping. Like, hey, what's up? What's good? Where's everybody doing? You know what I'm saying? And that's how the show gets started. But – anyway, Ruby's not here yet. 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 But Well, why am I telling you Ruby not here yet? You don't see that. Anyway, yeah, let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's going on here. Turn off do not disturb. Let's see. Let's see. Give me a second, people. I'm gonna go find out where Ruby at. What should I do? What I go on with she? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I've noticed that there's a lot of it parts in the front where I forget to, not that I forget to cut it out, but I just don't even bother cutting it out. I just put it in there and leave it in there. And in the meantime, I'll be talking about, yeah, cutting that out, cutting this out. Like this is, oh, zoo, okay, my girl has entered the building. My girl has entered the building, yes. Yes, she is in the building. Participants, yes, admit all. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right.
Hey,
What's
beautiful.
Hey, beautiful. What's good, Queen? What's going on? What's
I
going
am
on?
so excited to be here. Hey.
Nice. I'm glad. It's always a good time with me and you. I mean, I did holler at our guests and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if she gonna show up, but if she don't, you know how it's gonna be. It's always a good
It's a
time when we
show
get together.
regardless.
When we
Mhm.
get together and chit chat, of course, let's get the introduction first. Motherhood,
The
sex,
sex marijuana
marijuana
in
in
the
the
motherfucking
motherfucking building.
building.
And you
Yeah.
already know the ladies on the screen are the ladies that rule the building. So what's good with y'all? How y'all doing? Hope
What's
everybody is
up?
well that is catching this episode when you catch this episode. Now,
Mhm.
Miss Thing, what's going on with you and shit?
Girl.
Cause I just love the relaxation in your voice. It's just, I am relaxed. I am living in my everything, and you got to be an evil motherfucker to come anywhere here to bother my situation, cause everything around here I read. Okay, so what's good with you?
Well, first of all, can you just be the narrator of my life? Because I think you just hit it on every point. All I need is your voice narrating my shit, just like that. Thank you, Queen. I was watching our last episode and I was like, damn, I'm sharing a lot on this motherfucker. So I don't know if I need to shut my mouth a little bit or what. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like this, you know what I'm saying? The level of transparency is awesome. And it also allows, our viewers to get to know you if they don't know you already. It allows, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like anybody you messing with, it would definitely get to know you. And it's like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? This is the same realness that you're approaching with them in relationships. So it's like, who did you expect to be on the screen, bitch? It was gonna be me regardless. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm living in my best part of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying everything that is good with me right now. So if you got a problem with it, you should please keep it to yourself because nobody over here wants to listen to it. No, nobody cares. Your opinion is irrelevant. Go away. Security. Go away. Security.
Hey, it's good. Life is good. Life is gonna have its challenges. You know what I'm
Of
saying? So
course.
I'm not gonna highlight that, but I'm gonna highlight that my voice is going away because I'm either talking too much, I'm rapping all the time, I'm trying to do something, and then, excuse me. I also had to realize that I needed to pull back just a little bit more energy for myself. You know what I'm saying? And I think I just need to constantly prove to myself that I still got it. I be going through that, just to be honest.
Mm.
Um, But yeah, Queen, I do want to get to more business related topics today. Like for instance, um, I I can't wait to come out there. For one thing,
Word.
I think there's a lot to do. We should also have opportunities where you can travel to and stuff like that. That's just something that is going to come with more of a budget.
Right.
But because, like, I would love to have something in Cali, but I feel like New York is booming so much that we can't neglect that market whatsoever. And that's where the
Oh,
majority
absolutely.
of our community is, right? Most of the people that watch us, I think, are from New York.
A good
So,
amount, yes.
yeah. And so I think that's really admirable. You know what I'm saying? I think that
Mm-hmm.
that's beyond my even wildest dreams. Because y'all are some of the most realist mofos that there is.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would
Mm-hmm.
make sense that people would gravitate, especially with you being head honchos over here too. So I just want to say, I don't know, Queen. I want to kind of get into your business a little bit. Um, how how good, or excuse me, how has how have you been surprised this time around when selling the book, that One Voice revised edition?
Well, I definitely have I've been surprised based on that it's a trickling effect. It's even a trickling effect even with the podcast and even with the YouTube channel. Like I would say with everything I've touched business wise, or I do touch business wise, definitely is a trickling effect. You know what I'm saying? It pops off here and there, and and of course I'm thankful for every opportunity. Oh, and always thankful for every opportunity. But the at the same time, I definitely push myself to get more of those trickles. You know what I mean? And in the same sentiment of everything happens for a reason. I happen to, my daughter Africa happened to send me some information about a book signing, a Black girl book signing, and while I was, considering it, doing the book signing, I also saw that when I went to the website to apply to be a vendor, there was a significant cost for, the table. And so as a a small business, I got to put together the thought of, okay, boof, you got to buy, what I'm saying, when you get your books printed, you do have to buy them from the publisher to print them and whatnot. So that's one thing, plus shipping. And then you put in the cost of the table, and based on how many books I was getting, I was telling myself, I'll literally just be you know spending money to then gain the same money back. And while that, that seems like a good way to do it, at the same time, all of us want to be able to make a profit. So I was just like, what the hell, you know what I mean? There's got to be a, and even when I first began, my author journey, I realized early on that, depending on how, when you go to an event to be a vendor, you know what I mean, you got to watch the prices that you got to spend in order to, you know what I mean, because the bottom line is you do want to make a profit, so you don't want to spend that much money and then, be fighting to make a profit. You know what I mean? So I was looking at the court, and then while I was thinking about doing, the book signing, also said there's got to be a better way of doing this. There's got to be an option for me. Luckily for me, and luckily for, not only, this podcast, but just the general relationships that we have built, as women, I was able to hit up the ladies of EENY, shout out to them and their glasses, hit them up because they're doing, an art show where, a lot of different, vendors are going to be there. So they were like, you know what? listen, you pay for a table. Nah. We already got a space. We paying for it. We'll gladly share it with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? For a little sweat equity where you just help you just help my wife a little bit when it comes to the sales. And honestly, when I go see them, and even if I'm just passing by and I see them doing some street vending in the street, and I stop by and I see people, stop by to also check out their glasses, I immediately start telling them, hey, you should buy these. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm immediately, trying to jump into sales for them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I looked at it like, boof, I don't have to pay for a table. I'm gonna get to sell my books, and I'm gonna get to be, a little helper in their business. It's a win-win all around as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? And if I want, I could get content. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me. Never mind the fact that based on that relationship is how I even got invited to, that event that I had posted about on Instagram and on my YouTube channel, where, what I'm saying, where, where the ladies of E&Y were getting honored for community leadership based on having based on them, their Black business and how much they've done for
Beautiful.
the community and how long, you know what I mean. And they
Beautiful.
invited me to that, and it was so
Beautiful.
I not only got to be part of that, but also got to gain networking contacts, got people to
Come on,
see
dealer.
us as a podcast as well as see us on YouTube. You know what I mean? It was a win-win all the way around, and it's like,
Absolutely.
this is the kind of this right here is the kind of thing that you know what I mean. I absolutely love about our our community, our camaraderie that we have built with this podcast. So it's like, I want, you know what I mean? I definitely want to keep seeing that, see that going and growing and whatnot to the point where we're able to, develop more relationships in order to, say, like you said, travel to other spots, do things in Cali and whatnot. Because of course, Cali has a big weed industry. We should definitely be known amongst them. You know what I'm saying? We should be known amongst the growing entities in cannabis, period. You know what I mean? So I definitely, love the growth of that. Definitely love, the relationships we built that have open avenues for, everything we doing. And you know what I mean? And shit, I think that's really, the part of not only growth of my book, but just growth of everything we doing. And
Absolutely.
because in every sense, I'm not just trying to grow my book. I'm not just trying to, get sales for my book and whatnot, but I'm definitely trying to promote everything I do. So being able to sell, also because of, that's why I was leading to this, because of being in a relationship with or knowing the ladies at EENY, that way I was able to, sell my book to her hairdresser, because she actually gets her hair done at a salon that's literally right next to their shop. So when I went there to go talk to her and get these glasses, I introduced my book, and then she was like, I didn't have a copy on me at the time, but I ended up coming back, bringing her a copy, and then of course I had an extra copy. So while I was there, just so happened she had a customer inside, and I'm talking about my book, so she wanted to read a book too. So she bought my book same time. You know what I mean? And then
That's right.
even enjoying, TikTok, slowly but surely, I've gotten a couple of ladies on TikTok to buy my book too. So just watching the trickle effect growth, with my book is satisfying enough for me, because I know it pushes me to continue the work, not only for the book, but also for, everything we do in general, because everything we do, and I believe in it. You know what I mean? I definitely, you know what I mean, on your side of the town, I hope that, whoever, you're working with, as far as, your comedy shows and music and whatnot, is definitely, giving you avenues, or I'm hoping you're able to find avenues to spread the news about that. So, you know what I'm saying? So people can see, that growth in you. But you know what I mean? But even in that, you know, it's still a good thing for me, or it's something that I want to promote too, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? What if, somebody out here, check out one of your songs and be like, yo, what's up with her? Where's she at? Oh, she on the West Coast? Well, we got to fly her out this way. Like, you know what I mean? I want to see all the growth happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Same.
and right now I'm noticing that it's definitely a trickle effect, but it's just like I said, I'm saying, slow steps, small steps are still steps. You know what I mean? Even on the days when there
Absolutely.
ain't no steps, there's steps. You know what I mean? Because we still pushing to no matter what. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Oh my goodness. What a blessing. Shout out to the queens of ENY
Of
eyewear.
course.
Shout out to Sabali and the folks
Hmm.
at the salon.
Yes.
I'm still wrapping my mind around, okay, Rue, this is a commitment. If you want to lock your hair up, first of all, you need to be responsible, right? And it's a beautiful thing, and I can already like appreciate it. I just want to make sure that I can, I'm doing it for the right reasons. And so that's
Right.
probably something I'd like to do. And when I do, I'd like to hit up those spots and try to either get their services for sure, or kind of support them in some way specifically,
Word.
right? And
Hmm.
then like
But let me ask you, but real quick, let me ask you about, where you stay at now. Like, or what's the status of, like, people, black people salons, black, people of color salons. How are you, would you maintain yours going forward?
but that's a good question. I probably have to ask somebody at the church, to be honest with you, because I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know anybody around here like that.
Word.
Yeah. So exactly like that. So like, where's the maintenance gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it by myself.
I
And
mean,
so
you could, honestly, because the one thing about Google has plenty of
yeah,
tutorials of all
you're
kinds
right.
of shit, and,
Yeah, you're right.
that's
I
the
should jump
awesome
on social
shit.
media.
That's the awesome shit about it, is that you could definitely go to Google. You could always get, I could help, tell you, virtual tips, things like
That's
that
right.
nature.
That's right. I
And
got you.
and then there's, what I mean, and then of course social media. I mean, even on Instagram, there's definitely pages that you could follow to get some sort of instructional, vision as to how you want to handle it. But you could, but in the same, also you could also, use Google to search, black, locticians in my
Right.
area, locticians
I'm sure they.
in near me, what I'm saying, shit like that, because because I mean, there's definitely salons out there. Shit, that's how. I mean, that's literally how I found the few ones that I went to in
Oh,
Seattle, based on a Google search. You know what I mean? So,
okay.
I mean, you could always try that. But
Absolutely.
it is a serious commitment. It's definitely something that, you got to be committed to, and, in order for
Maintain.
them to look, as beautiful as they are, you would have to maintain them a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Because even before I went to Sabali, yes, I was doing my own hair, but there's times that, you know what I mean, I would want the level of pampering, because that's also a level of pampering too. You know what I mean? It's a level
Uh,
of, I'm treating my crown to beautifulness, naturalness, especially
mm,
with Sabali, because Sabali makes a lot of her, shampoos and hair
nice.
products. So, she uses natural shit. So, So it's a real treat, and to have her handle your crown. You know what I mean? So based on that, you could look at it as, you know what I mean. It's not only I want to look good, but I also want someone with good energy, and healing
Exactly.
energy, and I'm saying just wonderful vibe touching my hair. You know what I
Right.
mean? Absolutely. You know what I mean?
Oh
That's one thing I
man.
could say about her. And shout out, a special shout out to her because I did mention it on the podcast before that my daughter Africa is an
That's right.
esthetician, and
Love
she's
that.
going to be doing some traveling services, and she's been in conversations with Somali,
Mhm.
about using her back room as her stationary place to be able to give certain services at
So
at an actual brick and mortar location. You know what I mean? Not that, and of course, like I said, because the traveling services she's offering, she's doing with clients that she knows well, and has serviced them before at her job. But at the same time, I also like the fact that she would have some sort of place station where she could be safe and nobody wouldn't try no fuck shit with her. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact
absolutely.
is, we is in New York. New Yorkers will try some fuck shit. I'm just saying. I live here. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers. Matter of fact, here's the story for you, and it
Mm.
involves these glasses in particular. So
Okay.
after I'm leaving the event,
Mhm.
where the ladies of
Which are
EENY
fabulous, by the
were,
way. Mm.
huh?
Your glasses are fabulous, by the way.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. So, literally, as I'm leaving the event that they were, getting honored at, I left early because the event was from like 6 to 10, and it was on a Thursday. I wasn't about to stay till 10 o'clock because I got to be at work on Friday morning. So I was like, no, no, no. By 9 o'clock, I was like, ladies, look here. I'm gonna slide out right now because also, not to mention, I mean, you wouldn't know too much about this, but the event was all the way in Harlem, and I live in Brooklyn. Therefore, it was a nice travel. So I was like, yeah, 9 o'clock. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. So I'm
Mhm.
on the train platform waiting for the train, and this dude walks up to me and he's like, yo, your glasses are nice. And I was like, yeah, thank you. Immediately, I'm getting ready to tell him where to get it from. And he was like, yo, so what would it take to take them off your face right now? And I was like, I don't like the way you said that. I don't like the way
Uh-uh.
you said that.
No, I don't either.
I was like, nah, you could just buy them. He was like, nah, but I could just pay for, give you the money to, I was like, nah, fam. What you can do is buy them. And I
Right.
walked away, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed that he was with another dude, I'm assuming that his boyfriend. His boyfriend was like, oh, so what company is that? On some girl shit. And I was like, yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was like,
Okay.
nah, this is the company. You could look it up. They black owned and shit. And we kind of had a little conversation. And then when the train came, they walked off and they was like, all right, good night. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the way your man said that. So I'm about to take
Yeah.
them off my face. Nigga, what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We not
Those are
taking
some
shit
fighting
off my
words.
face.
Yeah.
We not
Right.
doing that. Let's not get crazy tonight. Let's just,
Uh,
all right. But
not to
again, to show you the G shit that New Yorkers will pull on you. So yeah.
girl. I still
I
remember
get it.
when that dude walked up to me with his penis in his hand, just walking up to a mofo. Like, damn, and it's not even a New York thing, it's a mental health issue, but it's like you are balls to
Right,
balls though. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Definitely
right.
mental health issues. But
Definitely.
dude, there's so many things I want to do. I'm going to Seattle this weekend to like some family affair.
Nice.
Is there anything in Seattle that you absolutely miss? That's a totally random question, but it's something that
Girl,
we've shared.
I'm not gonna lie, I miss the dispensaries.
Mm.
Baby, I miss the dispensaries because,
Word up.
again, I was actually talking about the dispensaries to my coworker because my coworker, first of all, I got a new coworker and
Okay.
she is from Jamaica,
Okay.
and she's new to New York City, so it's like it's funny to give her directions because it's like she just thinks everything is New York, and she's not where she hasn't distinctive situation where she can see Brooklyn and Bronx and what I mean, shit like that. She don't got that part in her head yet. So literally, she apparently somehow she did a Google search, which is why I even told you about doing a Google search, because she did a Google search to find a hairdresser so that she could get her hair done, and it apparently wasn't that far from the job, but. And she asked me to go with her to show her where it was at. So I was like, cool, because it was on my same route to go home. And come to find out, her hair salon was right next to a dispensary. So I was like, girl, look at you, look at God. She let me know that she does smoke weed. So I was like, look at God, you sitting right next to a dispensary. She was like, really? A dispensary this? I was like, yes, girl, it's a dispensary. And then she was like, all right, so me, I don't got that. So I forget me hair done. I forget me hair done first. I was like, no, of course. I wouldn't recommend you going there first for what? You know what I'm saying? Go get your hair done. And then when you on your way home, you could stop in there and child. When she came to work the next day, that girl said that she bought some little something that cost $40 plus $5 tax. She was tight at the price. I was like, girl, I know. And she said, because she said it was so little, she only got like 3 little joints out of it. But she said when she smoked it, it was strong as fuck. Like she had to like lean up against the wall, like, bitch, what the fuck is this? But at the same time, she was just like, I don't like the price. Me no know. Look, a $5 done. So I was like, yeah, that's why I don't really fuck with dispensaries. I mean, I just I showed it to you so that so that you could experience the shit, but I don't even go in there. I was like, girl, I don't even go in there and buy nothing in there, cause $45 go a long way at my plug. $45 go a long way at my plug.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course I was telling her like, yes, in Seattle, you got dispensaries that got a sales section. Like they know I'm coming. You feel me? Like they know motherfucker like me ain't got that much money, but still want to smoke. So they got a sales section. They respectable. And then the taxes is in the weed. You don't even know you paying taxes till you look at the receipt. If you don't look at the receipt, you don't know you paid any taxes on the bitch. Like I want to go back to that. Like that's the one thing. Like I could, like if I had money like that, I could see me go to Seattle, dead ass stop at, you know what I'm saying? Because I would go all the way to Everett. Ain't no fucking way I would go be at any other downtown motherfucking dispensaries, because we already know the downtown ones are the ones that really rob you the most. So I ain't The FYI for the people that's watching, if you go to Seattle, the downtown dispensaries will rob you blind. Don't spend no money. That's all. Try to take your ass to one of the little towns, Everett, Linwood. You feel me? Take yourself to one of the little towns. As a matter of fact, even Shoreline, the little town that's right before motherfucking downtown. Take yourself to one of them where you'll pay reasonable prices for weed. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find a wholesale section for weed. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be able to get bargain prices for weed. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely do that. I would go, but other than that, ain't nothing else in Seattle I want. Ain't nothing else in Seattle that I want.
I heard.
For real.
No, you ain't lying. Every time I go there, it's kind of like this bittersweet feeling. It's more of a feeling like I'm glad that I'm not here anymore. Not to take away from it, but it was like a lot of shit did go down there for me. And anywho, let's just say I'm doing a lot better now. And I feel like I found myself again. You know what I'm saying? I felt like myself again. And then Oh, funny story. I was gonna say, someone had asked me recently if I sold drugs. Let's just say that.
Oh, what?
And I was just like, yeah, this was at church too. And I was just like, well, my first response was, why are you looking for something?
Huh?
And then I had to be like, no, like, why do you ask that? And then
Right.
that person alluded to the fact of something to the fact of it seems like I'm always smelling like weed, which is clearly because I smoke it, but it seems like that no one knows what I do for a job for real type shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh.
so it's like, yeah, you're not really supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? I think when people like talk about their jobs and stuff, and especially if they have like a career or business, they're really happy to do that. And fact of the matter is, I do a lot of shit that I don't even talk about. It's not illegal per se, but we gets money. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was interesting. Also, I've had mistaken. Someone alluded to the fact of maybe I might be like a streetwalker or something like that. Not in like a oh are you this, but like a oh have you considered this or is that something that you know what I'm saying? So anywho, I just say that to say that I think a lot of misconception when it comes to me is people think either that number one, I'm just a HO, a 304, let's just say. Or
Mm.
they'll think that what is it? Oh shoot, there was another one. I'm sorry. Oh,
No, but what? Because you already know I'm feeling about the whole shit. Like, I mean, yes, because of course, me and you are not the same personality, so it is wrong of me to even dare to think that you would react the same way I would. It's ridiculous, honestly. However, at the same time, I'm like, but who the fuck do you think you chatting to? Because hold on, okay, we in church. I shouldn't curse. All right, so let's keep it G then. Let's keep it G. Okay, so ma'am, what? How many of my bills do you pay? No, I no, I'm asking. I'm asking. So, is it possible I could just copy, and so I could just make copies of all my bills and just send them to you, and then you take care of them? Because I feel like if you're if you take care of like, let's say like 3 months of my bills, then I would gladly sit with you. We could go to Starbucks. We could have some coffee, we could have some little, snicker snackers. I don't know. We could sit down and chit chat, and I would be willing to share, my life with you. I would be willing to have a full conversation about what is going on with me financially, how you could contribute to that, and therefore, if you had advice, whether yay or nay, I would, genuinely hear you out. But this would be after you paid a couple of my bills for the next 3 to 6 months. Like, I'm talking about at 3 to 6 months, you take care of everything. Even my weed habit. Because as far as I'm concerned, weed and drugs is not the same thing. I don't care what you think, but weed and drugs is not the same thing. Question yourself if you think that's true. So I mean, if you you know what I'm saying, fuck that. So so even my weed habit for the next 3 to 6 months, take care of that. Then we set up a meeting, a nice Zoom meeting where it can be recorded and documented and things, and we will sit and have a full conversation about my life, my finances, and I will gladly share with you. However, if you're not willing to make that level of commitment, I'm gonna need you to get up and turn around. Find someone else to bother with your thoughts and opinions and feelings, because none of those pay nothing around here. You know what I'm saying? None of those take care of nothing around here. When I gotta feed my child, and none of that, you know what I'm saying? Nothing about you knowing my life got anything to do. Does it help me or harm me or nothing? Until you can provide some type of assistance in my situation, I'm gonna need you to step back. Now, please understand this is your first and last warning. Like the way I'm talking to you nice right now, this is your first and last warning. If you ever approach me again on this subject, I'm going to tell you what level. I'm gonna find a corner for you, and I'm gonna voluntarily shove the dicks in your mouth so that you can, have purpose in life. No, I'm gonna find the dicks to shove in your mouth so you can have purpose in life because you clearly lost your way. No, I'm gonna show you how to get there, fam. I'm gonna show you how to get there. Nah, fam, I'm gonna show you how to get there because you done lost your way, fam. You done confused me with a nigga that you think you could fuck with. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Because that to me, you not knowing is what's giving me life. You not knowing my business without me telling you is giving me life. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not supposed to know. Never mind the fact. How does it benefit your life to know my business? Also, it gives you a benefit because then you have somebody to chat to me, but chat about me both. You have somebody to sit on and so about me, and I'm not giving you the bullets to so about me because while you sitting around suing, you're judging, you're suing, you're judging, you're sitting almost high, and you're telling people how you that your people didn't raise you like that and your mother and this and that. You go as far as to talk about shit that ain't got nothing to do with you people you don't even know, never met, because you claim you know a piece of my business. No, the fact that you don't know it gives me life. It tells me that nobody ain't nobody talking to you about mine, and that's how it's supposed to be. And the next time, and when I promise you, the next motherfucker, please spread the word and tell a friend that the next fucking time you approach me about my business, y'all go sorry no blows out, Skirby. Y'all go sorry, cause the way I'm going to tell you about you and all your grandchildren to be on the corner volunteering, taking cocky. Volunteer, take cocky to the mouth. I'm going to have you, your grandchildren, every female in your life standing on corner taking cocky because you in my business now. You in my business now because you unbusy. I'm gonna find something for you to do. I'm gonna find something. Who you talking to?
I mean, it is. I mean, there's a lot of speculation, I'm sure, and like you said, I, there is. There's a reason why people ask that, right? There's reason why people assume certain things, and I'm just saying, it just teaches me to be more like, I would say, cognizant of the fact of you just don't really know anybody. Like, how am I supposed to know what this person who I've never met before is into, and just assume that just by, you know. So anywho, or I think people think I have like lots of money sometimes because I noticed that like once a dude starts telling me about his money issues, like me talking to my sister or my homegirls, like that just being that's different, right? But I feel like when certain dudes like they kind of are like, oh, thinking that they got this some opportunity sometimes, and that's where they have to get reminded.
Well, you already know that's the natural that's part of the dating world, I feel, because I mean it happens with females too. You meet a guy, you know what I'm saying, you hear about females actually telling a dude about, her finances on the first date, or asking him to buy her food to take home so she can feed the kids. You know what I'm saying? Or shit like that. And it's like, or you bold face asking him, how much money he make. Like that's the kind of thing, is like, there's always someone, involved that's trying to, uh, trying to game based on trickery. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah,
always going to be
and the point
somebody
is
that,
to be
you know what I mean? And if they think
aware.
that they could win, they'll, they'll attempt. They'll definitely attempt by, you know, I need help with this. I was hoping you could help me with this. And it's like, bruh, I don't even know you. Like we just, it's the same thing if I came to you and said, oh, I like to get my nails done every week, and my nails cost $100 every week. It's like, so if I didn't meet you, how would you be getting your fucking nails done? What the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's
It's
keep it fucking G.
it's audacious, and I think that although it's okay to be like, excuse me, to ask yourself, hey, I'm looking for somebody that can contribute to my life in some ways. It doesn't have to be all like so shallow, it could be in other
Mhm.
ways, maybe artistically, maybe advice, maybe just good energy, right?
Word.
I think, and I just think that the point is just to be like aware of that within yourself too, because I'm a person who likes to fix things. Someone
Mhm.
presents a problem, it's like, okay, well, there's a solution. But then I have to realize that some problems ain't meant for me to solve. It's like, oh, bro, you
Mhm.
gotta handle that on your own. You need to come with that already taken care of. And then
Mhm.
I would say, yeah, definitely in my journey right now, I even feel some type of way with people don't have children or don't have very much responsibility and they hit me up for stuff. Like I feel some type of way about
Mhm.
that, especially if they
Mm.
know that, you know what I'm saying? And
Word.
it's like, man, that's crazy. Like you're so capable of like working and doing as much and you're just, but that's just my rant. I don't really have too much going on too much this week on purpose. I'm just doing like G-rated activities and just trying to focus more on getting bread up. Oh, by the way, so shout out to TK, to Keisha. And I've
Mm.
had a phone conference with her and her business partner. And
Oh.
these ladies are killing the game in terms of the Airbnb. So,
Uh-huh.
speaking of Seattle and learning lessons and all that shit, my queen knows, but those that are tuning in, you may not know that I had a real passion for Airbnb and all that shit, and it was more
Mhm.
like a failing forward process. Like I just
Mhm.
was trying shit out. Oh dang, revamp, revamp. Whereas I think this is the beauty of partnerships. These ladies are killing it. They have their Airbnbs in different locations. They're not even like one of them. It's not even in the same state that she's in. Why? Because the
Yeah.
market is what it is in certain locations. And
Right.
so, excuse me, I'm in conversations with them behind the scenes, and I hope something works out. I'm crossing my fingers, and I'll definitely keep
Right.
you posted because it might be an investment opportunity you might be considering too. But I've
Okay.
always been interested in something, whereas it was a good profit, obviously, something that is kind of like recession free, kind of, you know what I mean, if
Mhm.
possible, and then something that I don't have to be there. So it's like me not having to be there. That's beneficial for me.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'm really excited and I just want to make really sound business moves this 2025 year because the math has to math up, right? If I'm
Word.
asking, if I'm asking the universe for this amount of money and whatnot, or steps towards this amount of money, then I have to be prepared to do what it takes to get it. And
Yeah.
so that's all I wanted to share with that piece, and encourage anybody to really get out there and do your goals. Does not matter how many kids you got, don't matter how many baby daddies you got, don't matter how many girlfriends you got, like really. And I think that we need to push each other too, because you be pushing me
Word.
so much, and you push me enough to where I don't feel like it's annoying at all. It's with love, but I need it. So don't ever stop, please, because I'm a mess.
Oh, I mean, I feel like, listen, I feel like I'm not only pushing you. Like I said earlier, I'm not, when I'm out promoting, promoting, what I'm doing. I'm promoting everything, you know what I'm saying? Because even like I said, there was a point where I was in the salon and I'm talking to, the I'm talking to her customer as she's doing her hair, and telling her about the book and whatnot, because she had already paid for it. So she was like, give me a little, instance of how the book goes. So I was telling her about it, and then and then the queen that was doing her hair, shout out to Stacey Ann. She literally said to her, she was like, "Oh yeah, she does a podcast too." And then I was like, "Oh yeah." At the same time, I remembered that I happen to have, the jacket with the logo on the back. So I turned around, showed her the logo. You know what I'm saying? Was like, "Yeah, make sure type in the whole word, because YouTube don't like us, so they're not going to just show up as soon as you type motherhood. You got to take the whole thing." you know and it's like, I want to, and even in the speech that I gave, because they was like, give a speech and give a 1 minute pitch about what you do, and I literally was like, yes, I do a podcast, and I do it with Ruby. We, you know what I mean. I got a YouTube channel. I write books. I definitely I want all of us to. This is me pushing me. This is me pushing you. This is me pushing everything we doing, because at the end of the day, when the time comes, you know what I'm saying, when the expiration date shows up, I need there to be a significant, you know what I'm saying, that's one of my goals, is having a significant mark in the world that said, I was here, I did this. I will be remembered for this. Not only my children, but also people that know me. Period. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no. You know what I'm saying? Like this is all history for me. This is all. You know what I mean? Just a level of, living forever without living forever. You feel me? Because you know what I mean. Because certain things ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean. So I feel like, based on that alone, that's enough push in my head to keep this going, to push it, and definitely, make sure everybody, I can do my best to get to see it. You know what I mean? And never mind the fact that, keep it G, from the minute you thought of the idea till now, we the only one doing this. Let's be real. We the only one talking the full braverhood, the bravery, I should say, of putting those three words together: motherhood, sex, marijuana. You know what I'm saying? That right there is genius, and it's still only being done by us. So why would it not get bigger and bigger to the point where everybody would know it? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then, like I said, we all have different entities popping off. You still doing music. You now doing comedy. I'm still doing books. I'm still doing YouTube. The name of the game is for all of that to pop off, so we could be getting several checks and literally working and having fun. Not working, but working and having fun. That's the goal.
And
The fuck?
raising these children
You
and
know what I
making sure
mean?
we're
And
giving
and,
our
and working
contribution.
and working with no other like no other plantation. And if nosy motherfuckers want to know what the fuck we doing to make for money, shit, Google it, bitch. It's on Google. Anything, all you gotta do is type in the name motherhood, sex, marijuana. Google, it will immediately direct you to us. The fuck. And that's how
And
you
for the
figure out
record,
how much money you would not figure out how much money, but if we making money or not, bitch.
yeah,
The
and
fuck?
and for the record, for anyone who's watching this and very curious about these questions specifically, I'm gonna tell you right now. No, I don't sell drugs. I thought about it, and no, I don't work on the streets. I don't sell this this
Never
thing.
mind if she
Uh,
was. That ain't none of your motherfucking business. That ain't none of your motherfucking business. The name of the game is that the landlord ain't asking. The landlord, the gas bill, light bill, phone bill, the supermarket ain't asking where you get this money from. Nope. They don't give a fuck. All they do is they tell you a price and you pay it. And then you walk away with a receipt.
yes, and like
Nobody
my
ain't
girl
asking
said,
no
like
questions
my
on what you had to do to get this
dude,
money.
if you're not
So the fact
contributing
that you think you
in
need to know how
Selenium,
I get my money is diabolical by itself. Never mind, nosy as fuck, bitch. Rose that skirt. The fuck is you? No, no, Biggs, you got too far now. See me, I did with cause you want to ask me how I get direct deposits? Because I want to know. Because then that's lead me to find out how do you get your direct deposits? Wouldn't that be fancy of me to ask you how you get your direct deposits? Oh, shit. Not a whole phone acting, not the equipment fell because of course that's some fuck shit. But real talk, like come on now. Like, come on now. Like, no.
it's
It's too fucking nosy. It's too nosy of those people. And it's not like they asking, because I mean, it'd be one thing if people were asking you questions because they felt like you needed help and wanted to assist. That'd
right.
be
I mean,
one thing. Like, are you asking me because you feel like I need help, and you wanna be the main contributor, the main, you know what I'm saying, the main financier of the situation? That's what's up. Holla at me. We again, you would need to pay 3 to 6 months of my bills for me to then consider you a conversation about my finances so that you can continue being a contributor. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean that'd be
Let's be
relevant
honest.
to the
Let's
point.
be honest, but these people are not asking because they're concerned and want to help. They want to be nosy and want to be able to have some kind of conversation about your funky like you. Hey, you're too fast and forward. Okay. The best way I could say it without telling you to eat 10 dicks. You too fast and forward.
Hey, Fast and Furious, man. These
The hell?
motherfuckers are fast forward and furious.
Slow the hell down. Park yourself. Park yourself. Stare at the wall. Ask how you gonna pay for your groceries. Because everybody right now is having an issue paying for groceries. So let's do relevant conversations rather than you being in my business conversations. Because being in my business ain't helping you, ain't helping. It certainly ain't helping me. Never
Correct.
mind pissing me the fuck off. Okay,
There
no.
was
Back up.
one person, I think the person that asked me in church, that was related to a job thing. But there's been a couple of people, that's my point. There's been a couple of people who have assumed that. And it's
Mm.
just wild. But anywho, I think it's funny. But my girl said what she said. Yes.
We already know. We already know because the bottom line is shit. You know what I'm saying? And grown people. I mean, come on now. Even when you in even when you in a relationship, like yes, you can ask me what I do, and we can find out. You know what I'm saying? What type of occupations or how we do things to make money because that's relevant information. But how I pay my bills, what I do to pay my bills. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's even in that instance, it's still a conversation we gotta have after we, get to know each other for a while. You know what I mean? Like there's have to be several, get to know you sessions before we could, you could know about any of my bills. And even then, the only way I'm really telling you is if you volunteering a piece of the bill. Like, are we discussing it because you paying it? What the? Why would what? No, no, because I don't want you to talk to me about your bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I'd
actually don't
rather you
care.
not talk to me about your
It doesn't
bills.
have nothing to
So,
do with me right now.
you know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like, come on now.
I yeah, that's pretty much as far as the comedy goes, that shit has been really fun.
Nice. I'm glad you're
There's
having fun with it.
it's still terrifying. Like it's really scary, but then it's like kind of like, okay, just go out there, do it, you know. Um
Word.
so I like it, you know what I'm saying? I do want to consider acting. I think I should, consider that. I think we could both
Mm,
be phenomenal actors. We're already actresses, in our own right.
word.
But I also want to like work on screenplays and like just
Mm,
because I feel like shit's just boring. People are remaking the shit over and over again. There's no
word.
freaking real creativity except for like when I
Word.
find something that I'm really like, oh shit, this is dope. It's like, oh man, it's been a while, you know?
Word.
So I think there's definitely a need for that.
Kai Storm in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Rolling Papers in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Merch in the building. If you're here, we thank you and we most certainly appreciate you. But we want you to spread the word, tell a friend, subscribe, make sure and get yourself some rolling papers. And of course, if you want to sponsor an episode, if you want to be on an episode, if you have products you want to show us that we want to show the people, come through. You feel me? Motherhood Sex Marijuana rolling papers, merch, YouTube, subscribe, fight all the algorithms and let us get in. Yeah.
Shout out and rest in peace to Miss Angie Stone.
Oh my
Um,
God, yes. Shout
and
out
it's
to
so
and rest in
interesting.
peace. Because
Yes.
literally it's like, yo, when I heard about it, it was just like, what the hell? What could I couldn't even imagine what happened. But then then you saw that it was some sort of car accident. I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't read into the details yet. I just hope that it's not something where a drunk driver hit her or she was drunk driving or anything like that.
No, but well, I don't know that either. But what is interesting is weeks before her passing, she was talking about how Universal Music Group was stealing her royalties. And you
Oh
know what's
wow.
so interesting? That when people start asking for their royalties, that they just be gone. So I hope it's not related
Mhm.
to that. That's all I'm gonna say. But I found that really
Right.
interesting.
Right. Well, thank you for sharing that part because I mean,
I posted it too. I was like, this is
not
for
for
her mom now.
nothing. That
Like,
goes back to the conversation of, the music industry. It's not a brand new conversation. It's a conversation that's been going on for years that y'all motherfuckers like to sign people and rob them dry
blind, wrap them
and
dry,
will
and
fight
take
to
care.
the death
Yeah.
to not give them their fucking money,
Right.
never mind their rights to their own art.
Yeah.
Like insane to
Yeah.
me.
It is insane.
Insane
And you
to
know
me.
what's interesting too, the other greats, tale as old as time. I believe Whitney had asked for her shit too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just very interesting. Like people like Prince and their, stance on what they stand for, them being totally
Word,
healthy and capable, and all of a sudden
word.
just poof, like a vapor. So you know what? What I also like about this podcast is, yeah, we talk some ish. Yeah, I tell y'all about my little 304 situations, but at the same time, we talk about real ish. Like
Real ish.
people are too scared to mention this, but this came out of Miss Angie Stone's mouth. I posted it on my thing, and everyone should be aware of it. And anybody who's listening to this that wants to get into the music industry, get into that, or don't get into the music industry if you can help it. Share your art the way that you want to. Do not let these sharks come after you to lure you with any advances, because they're just like she said, they're going to do just that. I think as long as you don't make it about money, I think you're going to be winning just to share anyway. And then get fully protected, get your sign up with either ASCAP or BMI, get your paperwork. If you don't know,
Mm,
tune in with somebody who does know. You could even link up with us and we can kind of give you some information that we know. But it's too
mm,
sad. Like, we cannot let any more people get sucked in from this monster and have these things happen. We need to be more
word.
intentional. of our art. And even you,
Word.
Queen, I'm sure you had to go through measures to get your stuff copywritten. No one's gonna steal your stuff because you got your paperwork in. And that's a lot of the things that we don't understand as new artists. We're just so happy to just that someone's gonna listen to our shit, or we're
Yeah.
happy that someone's giving us a check, or there's all these bad bitches everywhere. Man, fuck all that. Because at the end of the day, this is so grimy. And yeah, I rap. I rap because I like to. You think I want $1 for this shit? Hell no. If I get $1, oh my God. Thank you, God. But I'm nothing that these motherfuckers could do. They can't wave no banana or no carrot in front of me that I'm gonna want. So I think that we all need to stand up for ourselves like that. You know what I mean? Especially the real ones out there. Mm-mm.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I don't know if I ever told you this story, but my first book, Alani's Bigger Hustle, was almost stolen by the previous publishing company that I signed with, because and literally that story is literally what led me to being with the company that I signed with secondly, and what gave me more of a history, a history lesson, and publishing period. Because like anybody, you get contacted by a company, whether it's music, whether it's, what I'm saying, your book, whatever, it's a manuscript for a movie, whatever it is, you get contacted by a company and they want to sign a contract to you with you, a part of you will be, so excited, so, elated by the offer, and what I'm saying, that you'll just blindly sign the contract without fully reading it or understanding the rules that put your name on the paper for. And that's what happened to me, because I, got contacted by this company, and literally, they loved the first 3 chapters of my first book. And because I only have written the first 3 chapters, they were like, write the rest of the book. So of course so at that time is when I actually sat down and wrote a full story. And in the midst of writing a full story and going back and forth with this company, you know what I mean, I had a lot going on emotionally and in my real life. So I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on with the company, or the fact that months and months had passed and nothing had really came out of it. And the publisher, the best and worst thing she did, which led to our the end of our relationship, was by telling me to join Facebook. Because at that time I had no social media. I was not on any social media. I didn't even give a fuck about social media. So excuse me.
You're good, Queen. Interesting. You've never told me this story before, so this is quite interesting.
Oh, hell yeah. So now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yes, I don't remember telling you this, but yes. So I joined Facebook, and one thing Facebook does, even today, they suggest friends that, based on the information you give them. So I, put down that I was an author and got a lot of author friend suggestions. So I was just adding everybody. And as people, added me back, I would ask them questions about, the publishing industry. How, what does it take to publish a book? Like how long does it take? Like, does it involve money? Now, the company, this first company, they never asked me for no money, but at the same time, I wanted to, understand the whole business. So I was asking questions. And there were some people that was answering me, some people that would, give me half answers, but there was some people that was dead ass, like jumped into my DM, asked me for my phone number, and, called me and was like, yo, what the hell what's going on with you in your book? What's up? I want to help you. And they, you know what I'm saying, they let me know first and foremost, it don't take this long, and you should have had, you should have been in contact with the editor already, this and da, and just gave me the whole rundown. So as as I got the rundown, I would hit up this publisher, and then that's when the dodging started happening. They would dodge my questions, dodge my emails, my phone calls, everything was getting dodged. So then I'll go back to the contract, and I start reading it, and thank goodness for the one part where it said that if a book wasn't published within by a certain date, then the contract is nullified. And it was like 3 months past that date. So I immediately was like, well, shit. Then I'm free from these motherfuckers. I don't gotta fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? I could just take my book and find somebody else. And literally, I you know what I'm saying? I cut them off. I found somebody else. And within the first 3 months, I had not only edited, I had an edited version of my first book. I had a book cover. You know what I'm saying? I had a date to get it published by on Amazon, the ebook. You know what I'm saying? So and then by 6 months, I had a physical copy of my book, my first book, in my hand. Never mind a whole, but like a whole fucking like a whole box with like 50 copies of my book, because my first book signing I was going to was the Harlem Book Fair. And literally I'm out, I'm pushing my book and everything. And one of the things I definitely recommend for anybody, much less, you know what I'm saying, if you want to make sure that nobody's out there copywriting your shit, is to Google yourself. Because in the midst of Googling myself, I realized that the previous company had my book out on Google, saying that they were the publisher, the writer, the creator, the damn near God, everything on Google. And I was like, oh, word. So immediately I started hitting up Google's legal team like, hey, that's my book. And they're not the publisher. They're not doing nothing. Whatever they got here, whatever money you paid them, whatever money they made off my shit, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Then come to find out, they didn't really have a book uploaded there. All they had was the information set up there, but what they didn't have an actual book. But the fact is that the information said that the book belonged to them. And I was like, nah, take all that shit down. Take all that shit down, because this is mine. And then of course Google is like, yo, you should hit them up to make them take it down too. I was like, sure, I'll make sure and did that. And of course when I hit them up, they was like, we don't know what you're talking about. We ain't do that. That's not us. Da, da, da. And I'm like, Google, I'm like, again, I found it because I Googled myself. I found it because I fucking Googled myself, and it says you the creator and writer and this and that and publisher and every fucking thing for a book that I published with a whole different company. No, take that shit down. Take all that fuck shit down. Okay, because even if you're not making no money off of it, ain't no book there for anybody to buy. It still make it when you Google the name of the book, it actually goes to your shit first when it should go to my Amazon page. The fuck? No.
Yeah.
So yes, another gem brought to you by Motherhood Sex Marijuana is that yes, if you out here making art, no matter what art it is, make sure and Google yourself. If you want that shit, if that shit is copyrighted to you and it's under your brand, you absolutely Google yourself. And if somebody else got your shit, hit up Google legal team immediately. And as long as you've got proof that it's your shit, which I did, cause the fuck, you know, Google gonna immediately take that motherfucking shit down. Like, bitch, what? They gonna hit them motherfuckers up first. Like, what is this? But at the same time, in the works, it's gonna be in the works to take that motherfucking shit down because you proved the copyright belong to you and not them.
Real
So,
talk.
real
That's
talk.
right. Jams,
You know
man.
what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. So that's one thing. You know what I mean? If you in the music business, nowadays the way the music business has been talked about over the decades, I would suggest you do shit like, you know what I'm saying, just have music under your own label. You know what I'm saying? That the money is split between
Right.
you and whoever is
Your
is
own
is
publishing
streaming
company.
your music, having your own publishing. You know what I'm saying? And keep it that way where you pay for, you know what I'm saying, if you go on tour, you pay for that shit and you see the cost and breakdown and all that shit. So therefore there's nobody, it's because anybody that come to you with a contract, you know what I'm saying, first and foremost, no matter what the contract is, yes, that's the main thing I learned. Read the motherfucker. Read that shit. And if there's something in there that you can't understand, don't sign that bitch. Don't sign that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
And so therefore, and not all money is good money. So just because they come with a contract, come with some sort of money, it might be, you know, committing yourself to do some fuck shit that you would never be down with. So those are to protect yourself, to protect your soul, to protect your sanity. You know what I'm saying? Definitely read that shit. Definitely Google yourself if your shit is copyright to your fucking brand. And fight to the death to make sure and get that shit off. Because what? Because Google, the first thing Google will ask is who got proof of ownership? And the first motherfucker that could produce proof is the one that wins. Plain and simple. So, word.
Love that. And
Mm.
too bad the person couldn't come. Maybe we can just reschedule it or something.
I,
But
I,
this
I
has
don't
been
know.
another
They
great
couldn't.
episode for sure.
I know, you know what I'm saying. But see, my thing is this, because this is the second time. I mean, but this ain't the second time. We've had this shit happen in the past when motherfuckers just decide not to show up, and it's like, what the fuck. You know what I mean? And then, like I said to you in the text message, I think about 2 weeks ago, like this whole season seems like a women empowerment type of thing because we've been just we all the women have been, and at least most of the women that are committed to being on the show have definitely come through, have definitely, you know, shown their power, shown what they do, and, you know, shown what they've been involved in within our community and in these streets. So I love that, you know what I mean? So maybe it might just be that the whole, you know, that whole our whole season 8 out the gate is all about women empowerment. I mean, right now I think it's International Women's Month or something like that, or Women's Heritage Month. Something about women is going on this month. I ain't too sure what it is, but it's something going on this month. So I
Hey,
mean, you know, us, you know what I mean? And again, it's all about our growth too. You know what I mean? Because you are watching our growth. We are documenting our growth. You know what I mean? Shit. And then
we
and the
sure
end of the
are.
day, where at the end of the day, whoever don't show up for this growth is their loss. Dead ass. Because we invite motherfuckers, y'all. We invite a lot of people. But the end of the day, if I send you a link and you decide not to show up, that's on you, player. That's on you. We you know say we gave you a chance and you didn't take it. So
That's right. And hey, while we're over here, you know, bigging up everything, I am dropping my project. It's just an EP, 5 tracks,
yeah.
and it's called BU. And
Mm,
BU stands for like pretty much every first letter of the word is a song, right? So I'm
nice.
really eager to share that with you guys. I think I'm going to release it about 420 because that makes sense. You feel me? Maybe
Word.
sooner. We'll see. But I'll keep you guys posted, and I'm so grateful, and I can't wait to perform those jams in New York as well. And
Nice.
yes, thank you.
Nice. How many of them you got done so far?
Oh my God, girl, I have like 13 songs,
Oh,
but The 5 songs that I'm talking to you about are the ones just me on it. Just me and a
Nice.
beat and whatever, because and then the other songs that I've been working with coincidingly are with features, like especially with the ladies, Simone and Maya. That's one of the other
Nice.
ones. So, girl, we got some. I'm telling you, I've been working, girl.
And I love it for you, man. I love it for you. Again, it's about, putting our creativity out, not, you know what I mean? And not worrying about, what I'm saying, who gonna like it, who not gonna like it. Because at the end of the day, as long as we like it, it is popping. As long as
Exactly.
we like it, it's popping.
It's
So for us,
popping.
it's popping.
Exactly. And
You
you
know what
guys
I'm
need to
saying?
we can't wait to share with you the new theme song. It's gonna be
Word,
fire. And then we're gonna have a music video as well. Tune in for all that.
word.
Yeah.
All that, and we damn sure are glad that to have you in the building, watching our growth and watching this
Thank
podcast,
you.
and definitely, what I'm saying, being, what I mean, being part of what's going on here. Yes, you know what I mean. And on that note, shit, I think that's a good motherfucking note to end it right
Yes.
here.
But
Motherhood,
just
sex,
sex marijuana
marijuana in a
in the
motherfucking
motherfucking
building. You know
building.
what I'm saying? With us, the queens,
Mm.
always like and subscribe, definitely. And shit, you
Buy
know what I'm
some
saying? Like I
merch.
said, buy some merch, you know what I mean?
Rolling
Support.
papers.
So buy some rolling papers, support if you on the West Coast, or you know what I'm saying, support Ruby's
Come on, buy a
talents
book from
and
Kai.
all of that. If you on the East Coast, buy a book, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be on the East
Anywhere.
Coast to buy a book.
No,
You can buy a
anywhere.
book wherever,
Everywhere.
whenever, however. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's
that's
how that
right,
shit
girl.
go. Just hit
That's
me up. The
right.
information is already in the motherfucking
Uh,
video. You know what I mean? You know what I'm
much
saying? So,
love.
word. Good night, Queen. I hope
Good
you
night.
know what I'm saying. You have a good night. You know what I'm saying. And everything that's good is working out for us.
It is. I love you, Ma.
Everything
I
that is
appreciate
good is
you.
working
And
out
love
for
to the
us.
family.
Absolutely. Love to your family as well.
Thank you.
All right, now see you later.